All right. So we need to be able to convert backwards and forwards between fractions and decimals, because sometimes in a problem both of them might be used and we need to choose one or the other. We remember that decimals are really just when we've got a place value. So just thinking about decimals, if I've got 0.132, a 1 in this place value, what is this place value?
100.
This place value?
Unit.
1. It's a 1.
Unit.
The zero's place value is units.
Or tenths.
Tenths. That's 1 over 10. Not sure why people are talking. The next place is the hundredths. This is 300ths. Next place is thousandths. So this one here is 2 out of 1,000. So you can see that fractions are really closely related to the decimal part of our place value system. Everyone should be writing, no one should be just chilling. This means that if my denominator is a nice easy 10 or 100 or 1,000, it's very easy to convert a fraction to a decimal. 3/10 means I put a 3 in the tenths place. 9 over 100 means I've got to put a 9 in the hundredths place, so that's 0.09. Year 8, I see people not writing. I'm writing, you're writing. Problem? Question?
Why do you always put the 0 and then the dot?
Because sometimes it's very hard to notice the dot.
No, like why wouldn't you do like 0, 0.9?
0, 0 point, because we only need one. There's one that's just a placeholder in front of the decimal point, but any more is a bit useless. 0, 0 is just the same as 0. Now the little check that you can do when it's 10 or 100 or 1,000 on the bottom, 2 zeros means 2 decimal places. 1 0 means 1 decimal place. So how many decimal places for this one? 1. 1 0 underneath. Shh. Year 8. Now a whole number isn't part of the decimal places. This is going to be 1.2. So converting when it's a 10 or 100 or 1,000 on the bottom of your fraction is very easy. Sometimes it's really easy to get the fraction to be over 10 or 100. Here's where we use equivalent fractions. 2 over 5. What could I get the 5 to be really easily?
10.
What would I times it by?
2.
So I have to times 2 on the top as well. This is 4 over 10, which is 0.4. 6 over 25. What could I get 25 to be pretty easily?
50.
50 is no use to me. I need 10 or 100 or 1,000. How would I get it to 100? Times by 4 on the top and 4 on the bottom. 6 times 4 is 24. 25 times 4 is 100. So as a decimal, this is 0.24. 2 zeros means 2 decimal places, and I put my whole number in. So those are really easy to convert fractions to decimals if we can easily get it to 10 or 100 or 1,000. But sometimes we can't. So let's try 2 over 3. Now actually I'm just going to pick one of these ones that we had up here. Let's do 2/5 this way because I know I should be coming out to 0.4 and I know that I've got people who aren't doing what I've asked them to do. What does the line in a fraction actually mean? Divide. Thank you. This means 2 divided by 5. 2 divided by 5. Every fraction always can be converted to a decimal by dividing it out with the algorithm. And in a B grade question, I might ask you to do this. We're writing it down. 5 into 2, 0. I've run out of numbers. What can I put down? 0, but this would make it 20. What would I have to put as well? 0.0. Remainder 2 here. 5. I'll put my decimal point as well because I'm dividing. 5 into 20. Was that the same answer as I got using it this way? Yes. So dividing it out will get me the answer. And when there's no easy way to get my fraction to over 10 or 100, dividing it out is my only way. So this is 2 divided by 3. 2 divided by 3. Now we're pretty sure we're going to need 0.0, aren't we? So let's put our points in. 3 into 2? 0. So that 2 heads over here. 3 into 20? 6. Remainder?
2.
What do I do when I've run out of digits? Put a 0. 3 into 20?
6.
Remainder?
2.
Put a 0. 3 into 20?
6.
What's the problem? It's never going to get out of this. Oh look, I see hands up everywhere. Yes?
So you put 3 dots.
Well, I could. There's actually a perfect way of doing it. Mia? Okay. Now I could just say, look, it keeps going forever.
That's what you told
But-
me.
Yeah, because we haven't learnt this way yet. But a couple of people have worked out that I can say 0.6 with a dot on top, and the dot on top of a number means it keeps going forever, because that's never going to get out of this pattern. 20, 6 remainder 2, 20, 6 remainder 2. It'll go on forever and ever and ever. And so a little dot on top, or actually we could write it as a little bar on top, and we'll learn that next week as to how we deal with these decimals where they keep going forever. So, yep,
What would happen if you just stopped?
if I just
stopped, because like it goes on forever and ever.
Well, if I just stopped, then I'd have to say something about my remainder. Excuse me, people are talking. So we've learned how to change fractions to decimals, either when they're really easy or a little bit harder, or it will always work if you do top divided by bottom. Decimals back to fractions. Even easier. Couple of examples, copy them down. This uses the place value again. We are writing place. 0.3 is a 3 in the tenths place. So how am I going to write this? 3 over 10. Because we're in the tenths place, it goes over 10. So I'm just taking the digits that's there and saying how many tens or hundreds or thousands. That's the answer. So this one here, 81, just write it without its point. But how many places did I go up to? Hundredths. So I put out of 100. Now I would always check, can I simplify it? Can't simplify either of these, but this one's got a couple of things happening. What happens when I've got a whole number? James?
Means that there's three whole numbers in the number.
3 whole numbers, and 0.02 means I'm going to write
2 over 100.
2 over, and it goes to the hundredths, so it's got to be over 100. Can I simplify 2 over 100? Yes, it goes to, so 3 and 1 over 50. So that's decimals to fractions. That's much easier because it's just the same steps the whole time. Change it to a fraction and simplify if you can.